Alright, so welcome back to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're new, and let's get straight into today's video, because in today's video we're going to be going over speed flags. Now we're going to be doing a video on the 4 different red flags in the game. So there's speed flags, there's rage flags, slaughter flags, and skill trigger flags. So in today's video we're just going to be going over the speed flags. Now, speed is probably the most generic flag out of the 4 because you can pretty much run it on any character in the game, technically. Because speed is one of the most important things in the entire game. Because if you don't know, PvP is based off speed, and the highest speed goes first. And as we saw in my video playing on the most stacked server in the game, server 1, if you go first late game, you just win the battle turn 1. So speed is extremely important and something that you shouldn't sleep on in the game. However, I'm not saying that you should just run speed on every single character in the game. That's not what I'm saying. You do need to balance it out like you have to balance everything out in the game. But we're going to be going over in this video the couple of tips on speed flags and what characters I feel you should definitely run speed flags on. Because as I said, you can run speed flags on any character in the game, technically, and it will work. Because what a lot of the top players do is they run a quote-unquote speed team. So they put all their speed flags on one team in Interserve at Summit War. So that they're guaranteed to go first in that battle, and they're guaranteed to get one win. Because if you don't know, Interserve at Summit War, obviously the most competitive part of the game, why most of the top players and endgame players play the game, is a best of 3, and you need to win 2 out of 3 to beat your opponent. So what players do, as I said, is they run a speed team as their third team to guarantee get 1 win on the board. Now this isn't the greatest strategy in the game nowadays. This is a strategy a lot of top players used to run like a couple of months ago. But with all the new characters being so strong, it's still fine to make a speed team work, don't get me wrong, but you can't do it on like bad characters nowadays. Like people used to run SR Bo Hancock, they used to run like Edward Newgate, like these really bad characters as a speed team, and you can't do that anymore. You have to run decent characters as your speed team now. So that's basically what all the top players do, but as I said, speed is the most key thing in the game. Alright, so now let's jump over to our tier list that we're going to be doing on the characters that I recommend you should definitely run speed on. So let's go ahead and jump over there. Alright, so this is our tier list, obviously for speed flags at the top. Alright, now the characters you probably should be running speed flags on are your tank support characters. Characters that don't rely on their ultimates, don't need 1k rage, they don't really have a good basic ability. Yeah, they just support your team or just tank for your team. And they don't need any of the other flags. So that's basically what the speed flag is for. The two that you're mainly going to be using is either damage bonus or damage reduction. They're mainly the 2 flags you're going to be using in any red flag in the game because they give the most crew rating and they're the most influential for your character's stats. There are obviously some outliers, like some characters might want to use block bonus, block rate. If you're on the block rate team, you can do that. However, I feel damage reduction is still better. So some of the characters that we're going to be mentioning is like General Frankie, Hiyori, like tank support characters. You can run Chopper if you want to for damage bonus. Kaido Dragon Form is another good one. Any support tank characters. So Crocodile, I would definitely run it on Shirahoshi. MDD is actually a support character. You mainly just run him for his passive. You could do like a split thing with MDD and Chopper. Chopper you could run like 2 damage bonus, 1 damage reduction. Same as MDD if you want them to do a bit more damage, but MDD is more of a tank more of a tank support character for your team, you just run him for that passive to make your team extremely tanky at the front line, and so they deal 25% more ultimate damage or 20% more ultimate damage as his passive states. You can run Zephyr as well. However, Zephyr, there's a better build for him because his ultimate's actually quite good. But these are mainly the characters you're going to be running. You could run Katakuri. A lot of people run block bonus, block rate on Katakuri. You can run speed on him. Bullet, no, you can't. Like a lot of these other characters, you can definitely run damage bonus speed on. I think Rayleigh is really good as well. Odin, definitely as well. Now, a lot of people are questioning why I haven't put Orochi on here. Orochi, you can put speed damage reduction. However, there is a much better build in my opinion, so I'm not going to put him on there. But these are mainly the characters you're going to be using speed flags on. Obviously, you should put them on trash characters like Edward Newgate. We said that people run as speed teams, but you shouldn't even invest in those characters. So these are the main characters you probably want to be putting speed flags on. You can put on Shanks as well. You can put it on Sanji Germa if you don't want to put ultimate damage on him. Slaughter flags. It really depends. As I said, speed flags you can technically run on any character in the game because speed is extremely important and going first is completely broken. So that's my rundown on speed flags and which characters you should be putting them on. Tank support characters mainly is what you're going to be putting them on. And these are the ones that I do recommend from the pool of C17 characters. So I hope you guys enjoyed the rundown and the tips on the speed flags, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.